Well, hello, class. This is really going to be, in the next couple of days, one of the most effective chapters that we can take in this particular course, and that is effective decision making. The purpose of this chapter is going to basically review the leadership importance and practice of implementing and making good decisions. You know, a lot of times we don't make the best decision. Why? Because we don't have all the information that we can have in order to make the best decision. But it's a good decision. It's a good decision based on the information that we have. And for what we have, it is the best decision. Okay? This isn't a contradiction. In other words, if we had all the elements and all the resources that we could make at the time we needed to make a decision, it would be the best decision. But if we have limited resources and limited information, we will make a good decision. It might not be the best if we had all the resources, but it is a good one. But it's the best that we can make based on what we have. And in this particular chapter, the goal is to expose the reader of this particular chapter and the student of this particular chapter to several decision-making models. And we're going to give you different factors that are going to analyze while evaluating a decision and the common types of organizational phenomena that can negatively impact that decision. We are going to make a really good decision. So, in order to do that, the first objective of this chapter is going to be naming and discussing various decision-making models. We're going to look at the rational decision-making model. And we're going to look at what they refer to as DeBono's. That's DEBONO apostrophe S, six hats model. And that's going to be another decision-making tool that we're going to discuss in this chapter. We're going to look at Vroom/Jago, that's VROOM/JAGO model. And that is going to help us assist in determining which method we should use to make a sound decision. And then we're going to look at intuition. Believe it or not, intuition, what we feel in our gut, is a valuable decision-making tool. And a lot of that has to do with experience. Yes, your personal experience and what you've learned in the past in order to make a valued decision. And then we're going to be looking at Quinn's 7-factor decision model. And that is also known as logical incrementalization, incrementalism. Incrementalism. I said it. Okay. And that's going to be an excellent tool for foreshadowing the potential impact of decisions. So that is going to be section 1 of this chapter. We're going to spend a lot on that today. Tomorrow, we're going to be looking at the second learning objective, and that is going to be to explain and give examples of faulty decision-making types. Like, what are some of the things that are in there that don't allow us to make the best decision possible? What do we do? And the other thing is that looking at today and tomorrow's lesson, I'm actually going to throw in a couple of other people that I've interviewed, such as Nathan Treat, of elite um, Jim, who had started from nothing and had gone to the general manager. When I say starting from nothing, what I mean is started as a part-time worker at a gym facility as a customer service rep with basically no experience in lieu of taking a job in construction. It's a really great interview. And also, I am going to talk about, in the true sense, servant leadership when I put in um, his predecessor, who was, her name was Jillian. And Jillian was an awesome mentor to Nathan. And when she was the general manager of Elite Health and Services, she was actually training him as a diamond in the rough to take over her job without him even knowing it. She started a family, her husband had a family business, and she went on to work with him, her husband. And the thing is that her legacy continued through Nathan. And a lot of it had to do with decision making. And although these two young and very talented individuals have made a mark for themselves, we can use a lot of what they talk about in our own jobs, in our own professions. So that's my spiel for today and tomorrow. And just follow along in this reading, listening, and viewing, and then go on to learning activities. I'm going to do reading, listening, and viewing for today. And tomorrow's learning activities will be basically focused on the next two DQs for this course, okay, which will be DQ 11 and 12. Okay.